everyone, and welcome back to Amity Bloom. You might be asking, what is that journal in front of you, Miss Nazi? Well, this is my newest personal journal for myself. It's not for sale, it's for me, and I'm quite happy that it's just for me because I really went out of my comfort zone for this one. I wanted to repurpose and recycle everything. Everything to create this journal and this book was from my scraps. Everything was going to be donated, thrown away, and I decided to grab that box, sit down, grab a book cover that I was going to throw away, and make myself a journal. And that's exactly what I did. So let's go inside, shall we? As you can see, I didn't finish the front page. Normally, you'd put like a piece of paper or fabric or something to cover up your corners that you fold over to give it that nice finished edge. But I didn't want to do that. I really liked the raw look to it because of the whole idea of my scrap journal. They're scraps. They don't have to be perfect. They're actually things that would be thrown away. This essentially is the same style of a junk journal that we all know and love. But I don't know if it's just myself. Perhaps it is. Perhaps I'm just weird like that, but I do not like the word junk. I really don't think the things that we put into our journals are junk. Once you put them into your journal and into your books and your notebooks, it's not trash anymore. It has meaning. It creates something beautiful in your journal. So I really dislike referring to journals as junk journals. It was things that were going to end up in the trash, but the minute that you alter it, it becomes art and it becomes something special for you. So this is my scrap journal, which is why you'll see throughout it's a very scrappy type of look. Everything has been collaged so that I could make the full page. So on the first page, this is a scrap of some vintage wallpaper that I have. And I just glued it on to some music paper, book pages, some tea stain paper, and then I passed it along the edges on my sewing machine. And something else that I did is I did contrasting stitching, so I usually match my thread to the pages, and this time I used like a deep navy blue stitching. It looks pretty much black, but it's navy blue. On the back, it's just some regular paper. This is some of my textured pages. Ledgers, like these, if you remember, these were pages from my recent big journal collection. Some book pages. This paper was actually about this short, so I grabbed some wallpaper and I extended it, which is why it kind of looks a little wonky. But this is actually piano paper. And then on the back, it's just regular paper. This was a bag that I got from Hallmark. I purchased some things from Hallmark, and I really liked the design, like that floral doodle on the bag, so I kept it. And I placed it in here, and I made this a cute little text spot, and inside of it is a full pocket as well. So that was kind of cute. So really just using what I had that was originally going to end up in the trash. And I hate saying that because I'm like, you guys, you know, my papers don't deserve to end up in the trash, but sometimes you get so overwhelmed with your scraps that you want to throw them away, but you know you shouldn't because you can always create, you know, something pretty with whatever you might have. And this just goes to show you, if you're new to making journals, just use what you have lying around. I mean, look at this. This was a scrap that was going to end up in the garbage, and I placed it on my page. I just glued it on, and I really, really enjoyed the end result. Because then I can go in and with other types of papers in my photos and my journaling, it'll look really cool. This is the second signature. See, just some random paper sewn on. This was a piece of paper that I collaged various papers, and I was going to throw it in the trash, but I made it into a pocket. And then this was some paper that I made. Some more papers. You can see they were creased up, but I don't mind. I just placed it in here. So every year I want to make a scrap journal where I use all of the papers that are in my scrap bin and I use them. This way you kind of give your brain a rest. You don't have to think if the colors are going to go together. You don't have to think if it looks cohesive, if the color palette works. You're just using the items that would have eventually ended up in the trash. I mean, look at this. This is from some packaging. But I love that. I like the old look to it, like the used up look, because it's been loved and now it's going to be even more loved inside of my journal. Some little embossed papers. So you can pretty much see that I really wasn't doing or following any pattern. I was just gluing and sewing occasionally if I wanted to. This was some piano paper and just some scraps. And then I just passed it through and I sewed it onto my paper. Very simple. Here I used some fabric, some leftover fabric, and I sewed it on. Oh, this is so pretty. This was actually going to go there or there. I don't know yet. You can see this page, how there's so many little pieces that I collage. This is some piano paper, a recipe, some ledger, some masking tape. But I really like the overall look to it. Of course, tea stain papers. This is a pocket that I made out of some vintage wallpaper. I have a whole roll of this and it's so beautiful in the texture. And it's just a full pocket. And I really like that. I just like how it looks. This paper right here, you can see it, how like wrinkled it is. This paper was actually packaging paper that I got from the store when I went to purchase some plants. They wrapped my ceramic pots with this. And I just liked the color of it. I like how it's wrinkly. And it was just so much fun to create a scrap journal. This was the other part of the Hallmark bag. You can see their little like information here. And I just turned that into a pocket as well. And the best thing about this is because you make it out of your own scraps. If you want to completely change the page up, I can just cover this up with paper and draw on it or collage over it. You know, it's just paper. At the end of the day, it's just paper. Everything can be covered up and everything can be used. This is some piano roll paper. I just love it as backgrounds. I have sewed on this envelope, this little strip here, and I just have some ephemera that I wanted to keep. I wasn't going to throw this away. I just really liked how they looked in that little pocket. This paper is not that dark in person, you can see. It's a really pretty craft color. And then here is an envelope. That piano paper is so luscious. A lovely little botanical. But this is my scrap journal, you guys. I really hope that you guys liked seeing, you know, peeking through. This is a style that is out of my comfort zone, obviously, but I'm very happy that I created it, and I'm so happy that I have it. So this is my 2019 scrap journal. I will be showing some process videos on how I use it. I want to try using this as an art journal. Let me know your thoughts. I just have this feeling that if I use this as an art journal, it would look really, really cool and it would just be really fun to use. So we'll see. This is just one of a set of journals that I made for myself this year. And they're all my personal journals, and I'm going to use all of them in 2019, as well as my traveler's notebooks. So I really hope you guys enjoy taking a peek into my scrap journal. I will be back very soon to share with you guys the first process video in my journal. I already have an idea as to what I want to make on the first couple of pages, and I can't wait to share that with you. So until next time, I hope that everyone has a wonderful day filled with peace and love, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye-bye.